Welcome to Daytime with the Favorites. I'm your host, Kamogelo, and I'm here with my guest, go by the name of Junior Masuku. He's a young cricket player playing for Titans Academy. So, Ndwana, Savele Sanhlangana futhi.
Yeah.
After such a long time.
Sure, no, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you again.
So, Ndwana, tell me, man.
Sure.
So, when I do, since when I started playing cricket,
In cricket, I started playing it at the age of 6 in primary school, the primary school that I was in. I started playing, at that time they used to call it Baker's mini cricket. Now it's called the KFC mini cricket. Yeah, so I started playing that in primary school just as a way of just to have fun. It wasn't anything serious at that stage. And then obviously it went on into primary school, high school. Yeah.
So when I wanted to be kind of serious, when did you start taking it serious? Like you can tell with much now, I want to be more on cricket.
Sure. I think the first time I took it seriously was in high school, my first year of high school. So I was 14 at the time. Obviously I'm under 15. And then we went to a tournament in, I want to say, it was in the Northwest, if I'm not mistaken. It's a tournament. And then at the end of the tournament, me not knowing that there were actually selectors there, scouts there, it was a touring team to go to Australia, and under 15 touring team to represent South Africa. Luckily I was selected in that team. And then after I got selected in that team, that's when I started taking it a bit more seriously. Actually, as in, if I can focus and work hard at this thing, maybe one day I'll put my leg and so on.
Yeah, because there's many more who wanna play for, wanna the bigger teams, at the higher level. So when in London you can do it and it's
yeah. To that
level you wanna be.
That gives me the confidence to think that I can get there. Shooting in cricket, I introduced her through Ugo. Yeah, my late grandmother. Yeah, she used to watch cricket a lot and so on. And then just about seeing the joy that she had when she used to watch cricket. That made me fall in love with the sport. Yeah, and then I think just having the passion for the game, obviously, that's what gives me the confidence. As in, one day, the same experience, the same happiness that I experienced when I play the sports, hopefully those that are watching me can experience the same joy that my grandmother felt when she watched it and so on. So it's just a way of me making one day when I'm at the top. That's how I want my performances to be.
Yeah, you're gonna be there.
Sure.
Trust me, you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So, but there's one thing that I want to ask you. The first time when your mother found out that you were into cricket.
Sure.
How was it to her?
Yeah. Actually, my mother, she knew I used to play different sports. Cricket, it was soccer, athletics, but yeah, I was always a person that would play different types of sporting codes in high school. So when she heard that I was playing cricket, it wasn't anything new to her. It was just it's another sport that he's interested in. And then luckily she was a very supportive parent. So anything that I needed in cricket,
she would buy.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, even if she doesn't have the means to, because I didn't come from a wealthy family, so sometimes I wouldn't have the necessary equipment to play. So what she would do, she would obviously ask some of her friends if they were willing to donate kits and stuff like that. But she always find a way to make sure I'm provided for and so on.
Yeah. So because in life, remember that we have many options in life.
Sure.
And they bring too much pressure. It's when things get harder or difficult, you can see. Remember, there's a millions. You wanna play at the higher level first time. So when you see now I've been playing, but I don't see any difference. What makes you to keep on? Know what to learn. No matter what, I will still play it. First time.
What gives me a thing to carry on even in times of difficulty. I would say just trying to make my family happy. Just to try to make my mother proud. That everything she invested in me, I just want to repay the faith that she showed in me. So when times are tough, I just think of it.
I have to do this for my mom.
I had to do it for her because she supported me and she allowed me to pursue my dream. So I don't want to leave it halfway. I want to finish what I started.
Yeah, that's true. Because you gotta live your life to the fullest.
Yes.
Because if you don't do it, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Sure.
But it's a good thing that like you are so passionate about cricket and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, and in this book I can see that you brought some.
Oh yeah.
Ball with you.
Yeah. Shooty, this ball, as I mentioned before, when I got selected to represent the national under 15 team or a team to tour Australia, my coach at that time, Coach Kaya, he bought me this cricket ball just as a sign to show that he's proud of me. So Manje, I keep this ball as me. It's been used a couple of times. But it's something that I'll always keep with me. So it's always in my kit bag. I'm sure you saw the other day, you asked me about it actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was in my kit bag with the other balls. So I don't think it has a special place in my heart. It's a sort of a reminder of when I first really fell in love with the game.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. And then I'm hopeful that when I see you in the higher level, you're still having the same ball.
Sure, no, definitely. So,
Ndwana, I know, like, apart from playing cricket, you're also a coach. Yeah, you're working as a coach.
Yes.
Right? So, like, how is it to wake up in the morning, going to the train, then afterwards you have to go to work?
Yeah.
How is it? How do you?
No, personally, I enjoy it because currently I'm coaching the younger kids from the age of 8 to between 8 and 10 years old. So when you're coaching kids that are that young, you really have to understand what you are talking about yourself. Yes, you need to understand what you're talking about.
And you gotta be patient too.
Yes, and you have to be patient. So sort of, it helps me in a way to really study what I'm doing. Really understand why. So when I'm batting, you need to understand all the technical aspects that go into batting so that you are able to explain it clearly to a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old. Because if you don't understand it to the point where you can explain it to a younger child, you don't know what you're doing. So I enjoy it in a way because it forces me to, as I say, study the game.
So when your life has to do with the cricket, like in below cricket.
It's basically everything revolves around that.
Yeah, which is a good thing because if you do everything right, there's no way that you won't make it.
Sure.
Yeah. And then like I hope one day you're gonna make your mother proud and your dad.
Yes.
And then like brother, like how was it in the high school? Like your high school.
So I went to World School Else Park. I'm sure you can tell from the sound, from the name of the school that it's not a school that you would expect black people to go to. So in my cricket team, I was the only black guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was it though?
To be honest, I didn't experience any racism or any treatment that wasn't fair. I'll be honest about. All the guys in my team, they were very accommodating. But it was obviously a bit tough in the beginning because of the language barrier. Because there was a lot of Afrikaans guys in the team, and at that time I couldn't really understand what they were saying. So
but now can you speak Afrikaans?
I wouldn't say I can speak it fluently, but like I know enough to get around. Because when you're in that situation, you're forced to understand the language.
That's true.
Yeah.
So any friend that's taking the same journey with you, do you have any friend?
There's a couple of guys. He's not taking the exact journey with me. We call him Scopo.
He's also playing cricket.
Yeah, he plays for Eastern Storm. We are around about the same age. I think he's just a couple of months older than me. We used to. So in the year 2021, the year after I matriculated, we used to always practice together, hit balls together. It was almost a daily occurrence. We practice so too. And it's good to see that practice paid off. We both going to the same destination, but we're taking different journeys. He's going through a different franchise. I'm going through a different franchise. So
you know why he was a job? You know why I'm asking you that? It's because of the friend that you choose to play with determine your future tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
Because remember, friends, they have a 80% or 60%, if I'm not mistaken, impact. It's either the negative one or the positive one.
Those that you spend your time with.
Because like remember, like if I have a positive thinking, you as my friend, you also have you still have a positive
influence. Yes.
Yeah, well, sure. So that's why I need to but like anyway, like I said,
the more I misunderstand.
I don't try to put on the shop.
Only read, like a shop.
Yeah, I'm done. Sure. So like, do you have someone like?
Yeah.
No, I have to ask.
Yo, like, is in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is someone that I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she doesn't stay in the same city that I'm in.
Oh.
Yeah, she's back home.
So then, like, how do you cope with it, brother? Because like a distance relationship, sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah, I know it does have its challenges, definitely, Mara. We understand each other and we understand, like, because she's also studying at the moment. So we understand because both of us at the stages in our lives where we have to start preparing ourselves for the future. So we're very understanding towards each other's time and how we spend it.
But is she supportive, a supportive girlfriend?
Yeah.
She understands what you do and she likes what you do.
No, she's definitely supportive, and she is supportive. I won't lie. Like, these all I told her we're gonna come do this interview, and this morning obviously she called me just to check in on how I'm doing this job. But yeah, I will be very honest, she is supportive.
Yeah, that's great. So like my brother, like if I asked her, like does she sometimes visit you on your game or
to watch my games?
Yeah.
No, at this current moment, no.
She never seen you play?
Nah, she's never watched me play.
Not even a clip?
Obviously she's seen like a couple of highlights, but to watch me in person. No.
So when are you planning on doing that, if I may ask?
Whenever it's not something that I've really thought about. It's nothing. To me, it won't be anything sentimental or anything.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry.
So when you have your own support, as long as you have your own support, you are fine with it.
Yeah. Because at the moment, it's not really. The relationship is not really my main focus, and so I don't want to allow things like that to become a distraction.
Yeah, that's true. But like when you get distraction, you gotta increase your focus. And
yes.
You have to remember one thing: tough times never last, but only tough people do.
Yeah.
So me saying that, I'm trying to show you what what. Maybe along the way you're gonna meet. Definitely you're gonna meet some obstacles, difficulties on first time where you can keep your head out and focus or wanna stay strong. And you also have to include the men upstairs. Like you gotta pray, brother. Because like without him, brother, I don't wanna lie. Yeah. It's very tough out there. It's very tough out there.
Yeah, luckily
And then I see many young guys who wanna at your age on first time they already smoking, drinking, but they knew always how do you do it, bro? Like when it's just when there's so much distraction out there.
Yeah. One thing that I always tell myself is start with the beginning. Start with the finish line at the end. Your mind and so on. So I know where I want to go.
Yeah.
So I know that in order to achieve the things that I want, I'm going to have to sacrifice a couple of other things that are not really important or that are not going to help me achieve my goal. So things like that, like partying, women, like alcohol, those are the things that won't benefit me in my pursuit of my dream and so on.
And you'll be only wasting your time. Because like I'm not like every weekend on first time, so it's like they forget why are they here? It's like they forget why are they here on first time. Like you can see someone like Friday, Saturday drinking, but they're not drinking. And at school, you're asking yourself, what time do they study? What time do they practice? Do something towards their dream. So, but then like this the generation that we live in first time. But then like it's very amazing and so impressive to see someone who's such a young boy on first time gotta make the parents proud, gotta push through the difficulties. And like why you choose cricket? Why cricket? But when you have many options, like you could play soccer, rugby, why did you choose cricket? I just want to know. I know that you said your grandmother. Were you doing it for your grandmother or?
For me.
Because like you tried, right?
Yes.
You tried soccer, you tried rugby, but you decided to stick with the cricket.
Yes. It's a combination of things and so on. As I said, just making my mom proud is one thing that contributes to that factor. The love that my grandmother had for the sports, me wanting to make people happy when they watch me play. And so I think it's various factors. I wouldn't pinpoint it to one specific thing that I would say, this is a specific thing that made me choose cricket, but I think it's various factors. And I also see it as a way to one day provide for my family.
That's true.
So I also use that as a motivating factor. So there's a couple of things that come into play that help me make the decision with Tessie. It's a career.
So like you told me, brother, like because obviously we all have a role models in life. When you watch him, say, one day I wanna be like that guy.
Yeah.
Who's that guy, man?
Sure. There's actually a couple. Like the two main guys I would say I look up to. The first one would be Makayandi.
Why Makayandi? Because like everyone plays cricket is choosing Makayandi.
Yeah, because Nafede, as a black guy, he opened the way for most of us to show that this sport is also for us. Because before him, I don't think there was anyone else that played cricket that was black and so on. So seeing him do what he did and so on, and not just do it at a decent level, I think he did it at a very, very high standard and so on. To show us Abumtat as a black boy, now as this is possible for you as well.
Yeah, that's true, and it's possible for every job.
There's no limitations to the sport and so on. So for me, he was really a groundbreaker in that aspect. And then the more I played cricket, I started watching. The more I played it, the more I watched it. And then I started enjoying watching Virat Kohli bats. He's an Indian batsman, former captain of India. I just like the way that he plays the game because I'm a batsman myself. So I try to model myself around his technique and how he approaches the game. So from a technical point of view, I'd say Virat Kohli, but from a motivational point of view and just like from a love of the game point of view, I would say Makayandi. Yeah.
So what can I tell you Makayandi if I know nothing about cricket?
Yo, Makayandi has been a while. If I'm not mistaken, his last match for South Africa was around about 2010, 2011, if around about that time period. But I'm not too sure. But luckily enough, actually, I still lived in Durban when he played his last match, and he played his last match for South Africa in Durban as well. Yeah, I'm told. But I think it was like a memorial match against India, and they had it at the FNB Stadium, Moses Mabhida Stadium. It was just like a charity match to commemorate his career. So yeah, I would say that's the last time he played for South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm open for correction.
So like me, like the way I used to see him. Is that one thing he's called?
That's Hashim Amla, if I'm not mistaken. That's Hashim. Yeah, with the long beard. I think that's Hashim Amla that you're referring to.
Which means I don't know that guy.
No, he's also a very good batsman. He's also very good.
So, but then have you ever seen him in person?
In person?
You're watching him playing?
No. I think in my entire life, I've only attended. It was one at Supersport Park. I've only attended 4 games in person, 4 or 5 games in person, and I think 3 out of the 5 have been watching the Titans play the senior side, and then the other 2 has been watching South Africa. Yes.
Yeah, but it's okay, bro. What can I say? I won't say much but like I said, he was such a nice guy, brother, a good person, no problem. With a lovely heart. Understand? I can see that you are respectful towards everyone, no problem. It don't matter the age or what, you just have and respect. And then like I said, I want to keep it that way. Keep it that way. And I'm telling you, God will provide everything that you need, everything that you want. Or we're just gonna open the ways for you. Because if you do everything right, there's no that you can go wrong. That I can guarantee you. Understand? But then the all starts here.
Yes.
And here.
Yeah, no,
It
definitely.
comes from the heart within. Understand? Like when in life you gotta put your first self.
Yes.
You gotta put yourself first, but I don't wanna.
Yes.
Understand?
No, definitely.
Like, as a person you must say, you know what, I have to come first.
Mm.
And when you come first, then it's all gonna be about you. Understand? Don't think about someone else. Because if you do something for someone else, then you're not gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
But if you only do it because of your heart and you, because of what you love, then you're gonna make it. Because you know what? It's gonna benefit you tomorrow. Understand? I know that we have a family, the friends, but you come first. Understand? Yeah, we come first.
Sure.
So when do you see, or where do you see yourself in the? I'll just give you 2 years to come.
In the next 2 years.
Like where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
Yes.
Is it much?
No, I think 2 years is an appropriate timeline. Obviously, because I'm in the academy set up now, and like you said, in the next 2 years or 18 months that I've given myself, I would like to land my first professional contract with the Titans. So I think in this timeline, in this period, it's just about performing so that I can obviously get that first professional contract. But other than that, I don't want to look too long term into the future. So I'm focusing on that one aspect for now.
Yeah. So like, have you ever have a worst game like ever? Today I didn't play. I wanted.
Yeah, I've had a lot. Because unlike other sports, cricket is a sport where you lose more than you win. Because as a batsman, I'm talking about myself specifically in the team. I mean, the success rates of the most successful players in cricket is only 33%. So 3 out of 10 times you are gonna perform, and a good performance for us would be scoring 100 as a batsman. Now we see the best batsmen in the world, their success rate, as I say, is 3 out of 10, 33%.
Sure.
So out of that 33%, you can imagine the other 67% is when you're not performing. So I think I've had worse days on the field than I've had better. But it's important that the highs and the lows aren't too far apart in terms of your mental space. Because if you get too excited or too happy when you are doing well, that's also going to be the same when you're not performing. And so when the highs are too high, the lows will be too low. So I try to keep a middle ground.
So it's like you're gonna be mental fit.
Yeah. So when I do well, I try not to get too ahead of myself. When I'm not performing, I also try not to get or beat myself up too much.
And I realize that, Joe, brother, you always, even in the night, you keep on lifting, bro. Yeah, so you don't rest, man.
Time to rest, I'll find time to rest once I've achieved my dream or afterwards. But for now, I'm trying to give myself the best opportunity in order to compete.
Yeah, and because like, don't stop like when you are tired. Stop when you are done, brother.
When I'm done, yes.
Sometimes I'm bored, like was very blessing also. Understand how to know so. Sure, understand. Came to know it's like how we like what are going to work, right?
Yeah, after our chats now, I'm going to go coach. And then after coaching, I'm going to practice.
You will practice again?
Yeah.
At what time?
From 5 to 7.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
It was nice having you.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you again.
One day.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it.
No.
But when I pray and I believe that I definitely will make it.
No, if it's Jehovah's will, then it will be done.